That's me. Hang on.
I think that might have been Robert. All right, we are live, and right away we are on the bamboo page of the H2D. And Mark, why don't you tell us why we're looking at the H2D to start the stream off this evening?
Because they put a printer on the page? Basically what happened is, if you guys remember the last stream, I was talking to you guys about, would you do it now that it's down to the price that basically the X1C was at? Because when I purchased my X1C, I want to say it was $1,400. So add inflation, some of the extra goodies at it, it's basically in the same category as far as the price range for the X1C. And I was sitting on the fence, as you guys know. Even that day when I was talking to you, I was kind of on the fence, because even though it was in the right price range, I had a 100-mile round trip, meaning I had to drive 50 miles to my nearest micro center and then 50 miles back with this thing in the bed of my truck, praying that nothing happened where it didn't fly out the bed of the truck.
Rain. Please don't rain.
And I remembered that, Best Buy was also one of their suppliers where they were selling through Best Buy, so it was still them, but they were using Best Buy's brick and mortar stores. And I had checked the price on it in the morning of the sale. Would have been, last Monday. And Best Buy still had it at $19.99. So I just kind of blew it off as, I'm not going to pay that. It's not going to happen. And my wife and I had been talking about it. My wife kept telling me, you're going to get the use out of it. You're going to deal with it. Just do your thing. I ended up checking Best Buy again, and they had dropped the price down to the $16.99, and the store near me had one left in stock.
Nice.
So what ended up happening is I ended up pulling the trigger, I want to say around noontime, my time. And I ended up picking it up, I want to say around 5 o'clock in the evening, because I had to wait for my son-in-law and obviously the email saying it was ready for pickup. So that's why you guys. That
thing's a two-person lift as well. Big time.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Even with a hand cart, we still needed 2 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bear.
Basically, I think that's why Len is torturing me and has this up on the screen.
Hey, if you get the new printer, you get the special treatment on the live stream. That's the new rule.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. I know that you were on the fence and everything, and it was cool to see that. So I just want to, what has your first week been like? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Do you like it? Hate it? What is your feedback after a week on that?
Well, the prints are on par, if not better, with my X1. I still had I don't know if it's a learning curve or whatnot, but I always thought on the X2D, the right nozzle would be your primary nozzle, and the left nozzle, because that's the one that moves up and down, would be your secondary nozzle. But with my machine, when you ever go in and you slice your model, it seems to want to use my left nozzle more than the right nozzle. So I don't know if that's just my machine or, if it's something else. And of course I did.
No, I noticed that too on the H2D, and then it's opposite on the H2C, obviously, with the tool changer being on the right. It kind of favors that.
Right.
But so I did notice that it kind of puts everything in the left. So I try to keep in the H2D, like I'll keep a black on the left and white on the right, and like try to kind of keep it back and forth on that for the multicolor. But it does make you move stuff to the left a little bit and favors that side.
It doesn't seem to matter, even though you have the AMS Pro in the right nozzle. It doesn't seem to matter, because I took one of my other AMSs off of my X1C, so I can definitely tell you guys the original AMSs work.
Yeah.
And I put it on the left nozzle, mainly because it got old real quick having to manually feed filament on that external.
Yeah, and now this one's way more color capable, so you're going to do more than 4-color stuff, so it makes sense to just have one AMS on your X1C and then use that other AMS as the second one on here, which is great. That's great.
So at this point, unfortunately, it's sitting on the floor in this room. It's printing right now, and I don't think you guys can hear it.
Nope.
So my next purchase, maybe this week with Prime Days, if I get lucky enough, is probably the Panda Station, I think is what it is. The big, basically the storage chest that they have. I think it's the Panda Station.
The cabinet or whatever, I think it is the station. I think the den is the drawer one, right? Is that?
Yeah,
is
the
that
den is the one that has the poop chute opening and so forth.
Which is pretty neat also.
And it's nice, but I think it's going to make it a little too high, in my opinion.
I love the perch. That is the best option for the two AMSs up there that I've seen. It's really, really good, but it does make it a little bit tall.
What I liked about the station is the two pull-out trays, because one of those trays you can actually put one of your AMSs on, and it's got an opening in the back of that. In the back area, it's actually got a disc that comes out, and you can run your cabling for your AMS, your PTF tube, and your connector cable right into the unit itself. And then if you need to change something, you just slide the drawer out, change the filament, slide the drawer back in, and you can close the cover and close the door on the thing, and out of sight, out of mind, but it kind of keeps it more clean. One of the first things that I did was I did purchase both the Frostbite and the Glacier plates for it. Trying to think if there was something else. Something else that I purchased for it, but it wasn't, oh, it's just some more filament. I needed some white filament.
Well, it's a great printer. It's a great printer. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it is. And you should, we'll get into your pictures here, and you should do what Ed does and use the light in the H2D to take pictures of your prints, because it works perfect for the lighting. But tell us about some of these prints that you did with the H2D.
Well, everybody knows, obviously, the 250th is coming, as well as the 4th of July. So my wife is into the 4th of July room decorating craze at this point. So this is one of the prints that I put together for her. And all my prints that you'll see are all available on Maker's World. So that'll go over one of our French doors where we have the sliding French doors. She'll put that up on the frame.
Not 4th of July unless you blow off Independence or set your house on fire.
Set the neighbor's house on fire. What's cool is I fly my little drone up and down the block through all of the smoke and fireworks and everything that everybody does.
Yeah, for us
Can the
here,
firework destroy your drone?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you totally ought to post a video of that. I would love to see that.
All right, I will. Yeah, you know those little cone things that do like all the little sparklies and the smoke and all of that? Like I flew through that back and forth. It was great. Last year it was awesome.
just don't get stuck with one of those Roman candles.
Do they allow airbursts in Colorado?
Yeah.
Because those would be cool to fly through too.
Yeah, or above, right? And like see them and then like kind of dive down and see them explode or whatever. That'd be pretty awesome. I haven't done that because I think they might get mad at me if I start flying over like the city, like firework thing or whatever. I think they might get upset at that. I don't want to test my luck on it.
Getting shot down by a fireworks display.
That would be amazing. The video of that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, get one of those 40mm shells that burst in the air and make a huge boom. Oh man, that thing would totally take out a drone.
That'd be awesome. See it try.
So basically, I've had the printer now for 6 days. Tomorrow will make a week, and it's already got 50 plus hours on it.
That's awesome.
Those are
That's just a little.
numbers. You got to pump that up, man.
That's, well, you know, the funny part is my X1C hasn't been turned on for a week. Gee, I wonder why.
It's gonna collect dust.
Yep, that's why I put the cover back on it instead of leaving it open like I normally do, so the inside stays somewhat clean.
I have both, right? And I still use both.
I do too. I use both.
Because especially if you're building something that requires a lot of plates, it's amazing to have two printers.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's
And you
about
can
the
print.
only thing that touches my X1C anymore is if I'm putting together like a character that has different plates and pieces, I'll print the pieces on the X1Cs.
Yeah.
I don't use it
I
as
agree.
much, but I use it for those multi-plate things as well. It's nice to have
Well,
it in the A1 Mini too.
You know,
It prints all the
kinda
tiny
figured-
parts great.
I kind of figured if I was printing something that was a single cuddle, like what Ed did it last week, right? The Darth Vader and whatnot. So, I mean, if I'm only going to print a single color, then the X1C would probably be the perfect one to go in and use instead of tying up the H2D
Yeah.
for single color.
Or it depends the type of print, because there's prints that it's really multicolor, but in layers. And as long as you're not changing a lot between colors, and it's just one color and then another color and then another color, like if you're doing like a picture or like the one you just had of the cat, that's one that you can easily print with either one of the two. And it doesn't matter if it's the X1C or the H2D. If you have 2 or 3 or 4 colors, it's one on top of the other. So it's going to have, it's not that significant, the color change. When it is significant is when you have a figurine that it goes up in height and has a multicolor changing as it's building up the layers one on top of the other. But the X1C, I use it all the time, not only for single color, but multicolor when it's not a multicolor that is going to be requiring change constantly from color to color to color to color. Because
What I found myself doing is I'll slice it in both and I'll look at how much I'm going to save if I use it on the H2D and
Yeah.
how much time it's going to take.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, that makes
usually
sense.
that's usually what makes me say, well, I'm going to use the H2D for this one because, I mean, like I said, guys, we got 50 hours on this thing. It's been printing, I don't want to say nonstop, but a good 16 hours a day since I got it. I got a shoebox in the back to collect the poop because I haven't really had time to put out a poop chute. And I was thinking of getting the den that Len and I were just talking about at the beginning of the stream. So it was like, well, why print out a poop chute if I'm going to get the den? Because it's got the draw that collects it.
Mhm.
That shoebox that's behind there, I don't even want to say it's a quarter high with what the waste has been.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's unbelievable what I'm saving with just 2 nozzles.
Yeah, and it also looks less because the H2D, the poop is a little bit more compressed. It's in the X1C, it's kind of more looks like a nest than I mean it's a little more compressed, the poop on the H2D. But you're right. I mean it does make a difference, and it makes sense to slice it in both and see what the difference in time and waste it is. But in many instances, just, you know, you can actually just tell from looking at it. I'm always printing something. I'm not always, but usually printing something. So I use both, and I do make decisions just like you said. It depends on how much waste is going to be. But you'd be surprised that sometimes the X1C is faster than the H2D. Because of the head weighs less. So if it's one color, guarantee you it's going to be quicker on the X1C.
I remember you guys. I remember you guys saying that, but I mean, right now, I'm trying to throw as much as I can at this with the assumption that if something's going to happen to it, it's going to happen within the first 100 hours or so. And you know, I'd rather have it happen now while everything's still on warranty than to say, you know, a month or 2 from now that now I got to jump through some hoops to get stuff done.
Sure.
I like that Snoopy. That Snoopy's cool.
Yeah, he's off of Maker's World as well. And he was printed on the H2D.
Yeah, I printed that one too. You'll see it later in my pictures.
2 minds think alike. I don't know.
It's a great little print. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And there's a base too.
Cool,
I don't know if you did you see the base, Mark? There's a base that you can print for it. Oh, I printed that too. There's a right and a left. There's 2 versions of it. I printed this one too.
Yep, I printed I printed one version, and then my wife said, do they have it going in the other direction? And I went, yep. So you got that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out great. It turned out awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And not all of these, but most of these were printed on the textured PEI plate that came with the printer, because I waited a couple of days before I ordered the, you know, the
big tree touch.
BQ plates. Yeah, the big, you know, and like I said, I ordered the Frostbite and the Glacier, and the only one I've been using is the Frostbite right now. My wife
suggest something?
What's that?
Can I suggest something? Get the go into Dark Moon. There is a G10 plate for the H2D. It's very good. You should try it.
What was that again?
Dark Moon 3D is a website that sells plates, and they have something very similar to the Glacier, but you already have it, so I'm not going to propose that one. And I think it's the same quality. But there is another one that is a G10 Garolite type plate for the H2D that is like super smooth. I love that plate, and it's not that super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You can try it.
Okay.
My wife found this guy on Maker's World. I had seen it, but I wasn't gonna do it because she told me she didn't like gnomes. But when she put this in the queue to be done, I was like, okay. And I really got blown away when you get to the back of him right there. You can actually see where it's like the suspenders underneath the hat.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny.
Mm-hmm.
How big is it?
I want to say maybe 2.5 inches. I mean, it's not a big print, but it's big enough. It's not small.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cute print.
I'd measure it, but she's already got it with all her other little collections.
So you
How
have
long
all
did
of
this
in
take to
in the
print?
yard?
That one, I want to say 4 hours maybe. In the H2D,
That's
I
not
could
bad.
be wrong. It might have been less. Let me see if I can't find it. Hang on.
4 hours is nothing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
And you have all this stuff in the yard?
I don't think in the yard. I think she has them probably on a shelf or somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm running a print that's 65 hours right now, so it's still got
Man.
30 hours left.
I mean,
It's so
if it-
crazy that you'll do that. Like, I just remember starting out in 3D printing. There's no way that a printer would stay in tune long enough to do that. It's so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, on Maker's World, it says 15 hours. I know it wasn't even close to that, so I'm gonna have to say, 4 to 6.
Yeah, that's nothing. It's
you look
14
at the
hours on
handy-
an X1C.
If you look at the handy app, you can see how long that print took. If you have the handy app open. The other thing is, when it says 15 hours, it's probably 15 hours on an X1C or not an H2D. H2D, here you have the red. I'll guarantee you're going to be using one side for red, or another side for like that bluish purple, whatever that color is. And then the other ones are gonna be exchanged between the white and probably the white and the yellow. So it's not gonna be changing all the time. So it's gonna be much faster on the H2D. Much faster than 15 hours. I was gonna say something about the prints of those Snoopies that you printed, which I printed also. We'll see them later. I printed them on both the X1C and the H2D, and they took about the same time because the way they
It's
different than
just
this print.
the top layer, top couple of layers are the color ones.
Exactly.
And it's not doing like you said, and you're right about that. If you're doing multicolor in a layer, it's different than doing multicolor layers like you're talking about here, where most of the bottom is red. Then there's a couple where it's blue and red, and then it's mostly blue, and then a little bit of white and blue, and then mostly blue. Like instead of all 5 colors on every layer for 500 layers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that is
the
H2C territory or the U1 territory.
Exactly.
I'm guessing you would have a lot less waste if you had the white on one nozzle.
You're talking about the Snoopies, or you're talking about this print?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think if you had the red and the blue on one side and the white and the yellow on the other side, because you're not doing a whole lot of blue and red, but you are doing a lot of blue and white and red and white. Is that what you're talking about, Robert?
The reason I'm saying white takes more to purge.
Yeah, well, the the bamboo slicer is going to tell you what they suggest you put on the right and the left to be the most efficient in terms of
And it purges
utilization of the
them all
film.
the same, doesn't it?
What's that?
It purges them all the same. All the colors the
It does.
same.
It purges them all the same, but you may not have to. For example, I've had prints.
It does it
that are
by how many switches you have to do or whatever.
Exactly.
Not by which one has to purge or whatever. It just does it by the switches. And it's weird how it calculates that too.
Yeah,
It's not exactly like that. For example, if you have black, that after black you would have to purge a lot from the other colors.
Does it purge differently for each color?
Yeah.
It does.
Depends on what
If
it
you look
goes
at your
from which
purge
color to which
settings-
color.
Oh, in the purge settings, it does have like 0.4, 0.3,
Exactly.
0.2 on all of those different ones. Huh?
Yes. But it's also in terms of timing. For example, I guarantee you on the H2D, you're going to have red on one side, you're going to have the blue on the other, and the white and yellow are going to. I'm not sure which one's going to be on one side or the other, but the blue and the red is probably, or the white is going to be on one side for sure. It'll do it automatically.
I'll tell you in a minute.
It'll tell you which is the most efficient. Now you can select not the most efficient, the most convenient.
I'm just loading the file up to see what it gives me.
And what's weird is it may be different this time than when you loaded it the first time.
It does that sometimes, right?
It
You're
does.
right. It does do
But
that.
on some of them, it does it the same every single time. But I have noticed on certain models, and maybe it's just like a fractional difference or something like that. So it guesses one way or the other, and it's not really like a huge difference between them. Because I've never seen it be like a huge difference in time or whatever. But I have seen it like swap the filament from left to right before.
Yeah.
Especially
The left nozzle would have been the red, the black. Well, there's no black, but and then the right nozzle was the white and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And print time was 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll also notice that if you rotate the model, like if it's facing towards the door and you slice it, it'll say a certain filament order, but if you rotate it to the left to where it's facing one of the walls, it will re-slice and change the color reorder.
Really?
Okay. I hadn't noticed it either. But I hadn't played with it, you know.
It'll only happen on certain models I've found, but I have found it because I'll do that sometimes. I'll be like, well, I'm just going to see how much it's going to, take to print it, and I'll slice it. And then I'm like, well, if I rotate it this way, I can fit 2 on the plate. Well, the moment I do that, I've already changed all my filament, and then I reslice it. And then it's like, now that we want the red in this slot and the brown in this slot. And I'm like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's because you added a second copy.
Yeah, but it's the exact
Not
same
because you rotated it.
orientation.
I think it's because you added a second one.
Why would that make a difference? It's still going to change this at the same time, right? If you add another exact same copy of the figure, it's going to change the layer at the same time. They're going to print both at the same time.
And again, this is one of those instances where it could have been a flip of the coin or whatever, difference in time.
Yeah, could be.
And it just switched it over.
You
But
know,
yeah, I had the same thought, Diego, but then I had the same thought that Ed is. I'm like, well, it's just 2 of the same things, so why would it matter? Because
the other thing I noticed too, and I know you guys probably don't do it, but I like to take the time lapses on mine because every now and then I like to just, if it's a really nice print, I like to pick it up on my channel, just to see if you get any comments on it.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of times I've had the time lapse turned on and I've got a notice that's come up that said if I continued the way it is, it could make jerky movement in
Yeah,
print because of the time lapse. I've never had that show up before, but on the H2D, every now and then I get a notice that comes up that tells me it doesn't want to do the time lapse the way that it's set up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I've got-
sometimes the time lapse will actually add time to your print, believe it or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, there's two settings on time lapse, right? You can actually move the stop it so it actually you don't see the movement. You don't see the. You can actually take a picture while it's not being interrupted. The hot end is not on top of the figurine, so it depends on how you set it up. That takes longer if you want it out of the way. So it only takes a picture when it's not being obstructed by the hot end. It moves it to the side effectively for each picture.
Yeah, like I said, it's the first time I've seen it because the X1C never gave me that. But this one did. So, I mean, I just
Yeah.
shut the time lapse off on the ones that I get that warning on. I just shut the time lapse off.
Yeah, you know, I've had the same issue. I hadn't even thought that it was only in the H2D, but you might be right. I don't know if I've gotten that on the X1C, but you're right. I have received that notice. I leave my time lapse on. I have a very large SD card on my printer, so I think I have like 512 in there. So there's plenty of space in there. And I don't check them all the time.
You know,
But I have
sometimes
done
I
that.
like to have it just because if I'm not paying attention, and knock wood, I haven't had an issue with this one yet, but if I have a failed print and I have a time lapse, I can usually find where it went wrong.
Yeah. I usually record it all the time. I mean, I have a very large file. I mean,
The
very
H2D is
large,
quite good at telling you why it went wrong. Generally.
Yeah.
Seriously, it tells you, oh, this happened, check this. And usually it is.
Yeah.
It's telling you.
It is
Next one,
amazing how accurate the software is.
Yeah, it is. They're amazing printers. I mean, no question about it.
But I
so
found
much
an
for
issue
waiting for
this week.
so much for waiting for the X2C. I couldn't
Oh,
leave
nice.
you guys hanging. I knew you guys had to have at least one of these pictures. And that's on the H2D as well. Like I said, everything you're going to see tonight was printed on the H2D. I just went and putting it through its paces as much as I can.
Mhm. So Mark,
And what
you
I
have
like,
that-
is if you look at the eyes, there's no bleed anywhere in the eyes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Mark, so you have now the X1, I'm sorry, the H2D with two AMS, one, the Pro, the new Pro, and then the other one of the old ones?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's the way to have them. Yeah.
And you will notice that the new AMS does hang up more often than the old AMS,
Yes, it
and
does.
it will chew the filament more as well.
Yeah, and it's much faster too. It spins it in and out much faster.
I also actually like the plate in the back now on the H2D where it's got that nice little alcove where you slide the back of the plate in.
Uh-huh.
And it's not like the X1C
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to line it up.
I forgot about how much of a comfort that is to be able to easily get your plate in there and be aligned like right away. I forgot all about that.
And it
There
also
is there is a clip on MakerWorld that you can download and print to fix that issue on the X1C. But it's still, yeah, to really line up the plate really well, you got to have it dead on.
yeah. The other thing is the H2D, you have the nozzle is clean on a dedicated metal plate instead of
Bill plate, yes.
Exactly. So it's a much better design. I mean, they're evolving, right? Next time they'll do something better, you know. But it's still a fabulous printer. The X1C is still a fabulous printer.
The only
use it
thing
all
I'm
the time.
not liking so far, and I haven't had to do it yet, but I watched Len service his, is the little slide bar for the left nozzle. I'm not too happy about having to take that all apart the way you had to just to lube that. I think they could have, you know, made something where you could just, almost like its own little reservoir where you could drop a couple of drops of oil there and let it lube itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It already asked you to do that in 50 hours?
No. Not at all. I just said I happened to watch Len's video on how to maintain the H2D, and part of it was that little bar that it rides up and down, but it was almost like you had to jump through hoops to get to the bar.
Yeah,
Yes, it's kind of annoying.
It is a little bit cumbersome. And I saw somebody had to take down the extruder on the H2D, and that's really involved compared to it's much easier in the X1C. X1C taking apart is easy. Changing the nozzle is easy in the H2D.
Yeah, there's trade-off, but the extruder is a nightmare.
Exactly.
Especially
Thank God I
the
hadn't
left
had.
side is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I am not looking forward to changing the filament color on, or the filament cutter on the left side. Thank God mine are still sharp. Because that looks like an absolute nightmare on the right side looks fine. The left side looks like an absolute nightmare where you got to hold your eyebrow just right.
I've taken mine apart. I haven't changed it, but I've taken mine apart, taken it out, and it wasn't that difficult. I think the extruder itself, taking it apart, is going to be difficult, very, very involved. The X1C, I've taken my extruder apart several times.
Yeah,
to
with
clean
the
it.
nozzle
Yeah,
and everything, it's pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty easy. It's a pain in the butt to change the nozzle because you have to go in and do all of that. You know, unless you just do the 2 screws or whatever and kind of move it around and get where you can get at it. But yeah, there's a trade-off there because like you don't need anything on the H2D, and it's even easier on the H2C.
Yeah.
This print that you're showing here, I would do it with an X1C, not with an H2D, because of the way it's done.
Yep.
It will be faster and probably the same
Unless the
purge.
size, yeah, that probably fit in the X1C.
Oh yeah. This prints faster on the X1C because it's one layer of blue,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
what
the
we were
bottom.
talking about. It's not the 3 color per layer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's 3 color purges.
Exactly.
Yeah, 3 poops.
Exactly.
And that frees up
Or
your
2
H2D
poops.
to do something else.
Exactly.
So Mark, you got the H2D or the X2D?
The H2D.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought you said, but then somebody said X2D, and I was like, well, which one did he get?
No, I said so much for waiting for the X2C.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Remember, we had all said that
Yeah,
gap
yeah.
that's
yeah.
there, and we're all figuring it's gonna be a smaller version of the vortex system.
Mhm.
So much for waiting
Yeah.
for the X2C.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm either waiting for the H2C or just gonna get another H2D. I mean, they've been great machines. I mean, minus the fact that both my H2Ds have been screaming at me for like a month to lubricate the Z screws. And I'm like, shut up, you're fine. And, cause I mean, I don't have any extra, grease or oil or anything, but I have found one thing, and I don't know if any of you guys have used it. There's something called the oil stick. that
I
I've been
got it.
seeing ads for.
I that's from Slant 3D. Yeah, I purchased it.
And you use that on these Z screws and on the rods, right?
That's what they
Normally
say.
you put grease on the Z screws.
Exactly. That's what they say. I used them on the X1C on both, and they seem to work okay. But when it came to the H2D, I decided to only use it in the not on the rods itself. I mean, it's supposed to be grease, not oil, and that it's really an oil. What those sticks have. So, but they say it's supposed to be used for both. I ordered them and I'm using them, and up to now I haven't had any problem with either one of the two. But I mean, I do have the grease and the oils for both.
And grease and oil, while both are lubricants, do serve different purposes otherwise. Grease moves dirt in a different way than oil does.
But the grease tends to accumulate things more than the oil does. So
Absolutely.
So that's why I think they say, the guys from Slant 3D, which is who produces them, they say that this is the way to go instead of the grease. I don't know, but that's not what Bamboo says. Bamboo says to not to use the oil there. But I've used them on both, and I haven't had an issue on either one. I mean, I've used them on the H2D and the X1C. The X1C, I've used it for everything. On the H2D, I used it only for the not for the, what do you call it? Now I'm confused with the names.
The rods are the solid steel rods. The Z screws are the screws that raise and lower the bed.
Exactly. The screws.
The guide rods versus the drive rods.
Yeah, the screws are supposed to use the grease. And on the H2D, I haven't used the stick for that one. I used it in the other, and they both are working fine, so they may be fine. But it does accumulate.
It would probably take thousands and thousands of hours to know the difference, but it would, the purpose of like the grease is to, and why it accumulates stuff is it keeps the dirt out of like, and that's why you see it in like worm gears or like transfer cases or stuff and transmissions and stuff. That's why the oil in there is a lot more viscous or whatever. But like in that situation, like the grease pulls the dirt and keeps it out of where the spinning is or whatever, the screw piece of it. So if you don't have something that's getting the dirt out of there and accumulating it somewhere else, then the dirt accumulates down in there, and over time it'll wear that stuff out. But like I'm saying, you're not going to see that on one interval. It's going to take thousands and thousands of hours.
Yeah.
And does that really matter after thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours? Who knows?
Yeah.
It all depends on what assumptions you have.
Yeah. I mean, I clean my printers often. I mean, whatever it tells me to do it, I do it.
So it's probably, it probably doesn't matter either way, right? Because again, it's not something you're going to see right away, and it's going to take a really long time. And it might take longer to notice that than the whole entire other printer, dying before that would happen. So it just kind of makes it a moot point at that point.
And I also used, those strings, what do you call shoelace strings? They look like shoelace strings. A floss is like a floss that you put around the screws to clean them, the rods, not the rods, the screws. And they do work a lot better cleaning, getting all the junk out of there. So if you're not using that to clean your screws on them, try them out. You'll see it makes a big difference. Much better to clean them.
And
Okay,
you use, Diego, you use the white lithium grease from Lucas Oil. I use that red grease from Lucas Oil in the transfer cases of my RC trucks and cars and whatever. That's the best stuff to put in there, that Lucas Oil, that red grease. But I've never used the white lithium grease. I'll have to try that.
I've
Yeah,
used
that's
the
what I've
white
been using.
for years.
Yeah, I use the white, whatever, synthetic.
You can just get
I've
that
just
at like
been using that
AutoZone or
super
Advance,
lube.
right?
That's what everybody seems to recommend.
Yeah, it works great and it's pretty cheap, but I think it's about time for me to get some more, so I'll try that white lithium grease, because I've used lithium grease on other stuff and it works really, really well. And I use that Lucas Oil, that red, I don't think it's lithium grease, but it's some kind of red grease, and I use that in transfer cases on RC cars, and it's like, it makes them indestructible.
You just get that at your local AutoZone or Advance, right?
Amazon. But yeah,
That's right.
AutoZone, Napa.
I bought it on Amazon.
Those for rubber feet or magnets?
Look like magnets.
Yeah, it looks like magnets.
Those would be for magnets. Sorry, I was looking at something on Maker's World.
That way you can hang your candy dish up on the fridge and all your candy can fall out.
And it looked like they were for the little rubber feet.
I mean, you could probably use either.
They keep it from sliding around the, I don't see a purpose for the magnets.
That duck turned out good too.
Yeah. Which printer was this made on?
H2C. Not H2C, H2D.
Yeah.
Are you going to put that in somebody's Jeep, or do you have a Jeep to put it in? That's a little Jeep
I
thing.
think
Have you ever seen how they have all the little ducks or whatever in their Jeeps? Colorado, it's a
probably
big
melt.
thing.
Made out of PLA, so that would probably melt.
Probably.
Y'all have to ask my guy. I made he has a train horn in his Jeep Gladiator, and he wanted a cover made for the train horn mechanism, the little pull down. And so I printed it out of PETG, and I need to get with him to see how it's holding up, because we've had like a week of 100 plus degree days here. I need to see if it's melted or if it's still alive.
You can put train horns on cars in America?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that even legal?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In certain states, they're illegal, and you'll get a ticket for them if you're caught with them, like North Carolina.
But you got to get
But
caught.
You got to get caught.
Oh, yeah. People put air compressors. Like, you could put an air compressor in a truck pretty easy over here. But you can have an air compressor fill a tank to actually blow air through a big air horn under your thing. So when people make you mad, you can give them the Butthole of the Day award. Like a train's coming by. It moves people right out of the way. It's real funny that way.
Yep, that's exactly what he has.
In here, you will get a ticket instantly.
Again, just don't
Where-
do it
where-
around the cops. and you're good.
Where are you, Diego?
I live in Quebec,
Where? Quebec?
Quebec in Canada. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not illegal, but just don't get caught. Or it's not legal, just don't get caught. Don't
What
use the air
illegal
horn
is?
on the police officers. That'd be another good piece of advice. So thanks for all those
Most-
pictures, Mark. We'll jump over
Most
to
of us,
Diego.
most of us either install them backwards or face down.
Mhm.
So that way there, you still get the loudness of it, but it's not like it's aimed to the front of your vehicle. So,
It's not as obvious where it came from.
This is a fabulous picture.
Yeah,
Those
these are
cats-
cool.
Those cats.
Are
turned
these
out really
three
good.
different models?
Yeah, these are kind of like fat cats. So I'm having my U1 busy with the same type of cats I showed you before. So I didn't want to show the same thing over and over because that's what I'm using my U1 for. But this is the H2D, and these cats are kind of like, I don't know if you can see it in this picture or maybe in the next one. These are kind of like fat cats, and they are flexible as well. So I sell this online too,
Fabulous.
and they're more simple.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. And
Now,
where is the model at?
No, I bought it from a guy who makes these things. Some Japanese guy that it's in Colts 3D.
So since you're up in Canada, do you have a lot of 3D printing competition up there, or is it pretty sparse?
No, we have competition enough, I would say. Like
'Cause I'm,
if you go to Facebook Marketplace, it's full of people.
yeah, I'm trying to remember where I saw it. There was a guy that opened up a 3D print store where you can go in and you can use his printers to 3D print whatever you want, or you can purchase filament or pre-made prints and that sort of thing. I want to say he was in Toronto, but I'm not for sure.
Where I live, there is libraries who do that. I know I don't use it because I don't need it, but there is libraries that do that, like public libraries. You just have to be member of the public library, and I think you have to bring your own filament, but you can use it if you know how to use the software. I heard about that, and I know there is that's a maker's place that has a lot of things that you can also I think it's quite cheap. You can use like lathes and CNC machines and things like that for a very small amount of money, and you just have to bring your own materials. But again, because I have my own printers, I don't use those services.
Mm-hmm.
They had some 3D printers at the public libraries down here. Never used them.
Yeah, like regular people are kind of intimidated by this, and the people who actually know how to use them usually have a printer. So to me, it's something that doesn't make a lot of sense.
But there's also there's a lot of print farms, like Slant CD has a service that you can sign up, and they'll print whatever you need to be printed, and they'll ship the stuff for you. So whatever you design, you want to sell it on, they'll do it for you, and they have
Yeah, kind of
software
like the
supposedly.
PCB way.
It's similar to that, yeah, similar to. But they're local. I mean, they're in the States, right? They have several print farms throughout the country, and they're expanding. And they have a software that apparently integrates to all these different vehicles to sell through. I mean, I've never used any. I don't sell anything, but I've seen their some of their videos, the YouTube videos.
There are several services online that allow you to print using other people's printers.
Mm-hmm. Well, this service, I think is as long as you have your own design, you can sell on Etsy, you can sell whatever, and they're connected to the software. And then when Etsy sends the order in from somebody, they'll print it and they'll ship it out for you. Everything's done automatically by them.
Yeah, like Slant 3D.
That's what the one I was talking about, Slant 3D. What did I say? I thought I said Slant 3D. Maybe I didn't say that right now.
Let me know how you like this Cyberbrick, because I have like 4 or 5 Cyberbrick models that I've printed, and I have the Cyberbrick pieces for them. I know nothing about electronics other than I can shock the heck out of myself. So I choose not to build it yet, but let me know how you like this.
Well, I bought it in the anniversary sale. So, and this Friday I started printing them. And in this case, I instead of using my cursed filaments, I use my special filaments for this. So I have I don't know if you guys were there when this happened in the past, but there used to be a PLA TAF it's not sold anymore. And that is my absolute favorite filament. They don't make it anymore, and I used it for this. So all the yellow that you see there is PLA TAF, but the old version, not the PLA TAF Plus that they sell today. It has a problem, and that's why they don't sell it anymore. But it's very dimensionally accurate, and it prints beautifully. That's why I still keep a few kilos.
And what's the problem with it now?
You're going to see it in the next picture, but basically what happens is that when you store it, even if you store it with a filament vacuum bag, the filament starts to turn brittle. Yeah, and it breaks.
Okay. I see.
So this is another. Even if you dry it, yes. So it becomes like this. So if you don't know it in advance, if you put it in the AMS, it creates a huge mess because it starts to break on you, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I test it before putting it in, and I remove all these things that broke easily. But once you start printing, it prints beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you know that you have that problem, it's a great filament. But I'm guessing this is the reason why they discontinued it.
I see.
The problem with it breaking like this is when you're changing filaments. If it's not uncommon for it to break like this, but if it changes filaments, it would be dead in the water.
Yeah, you mean the more brittle it is, it's worse when it has to do a lot of color changes back and forth. Yeah, I've had a couple of rolls that when it's happened to me and it breaks inside the AMS, I have to take it apart and to clean it, whatever. I just throw those rolls away, because it's not a matter of it's the first foot or 2 feet of the roll. Sometimes it's way in the middle, and you know what's going to happen. When that happens, I just go ahead. I've thrown away maybe like 3 rolls that I've had for a long time, sealed, and even if you dry them, they're too brittle. I've never used this filament in particular that you have here, Diego, but I've had something similar to that happen to me.
Yeah, I've had that problem on several different brands of filaments.
Yeah.
The other thing that can happen to you, even with regular PLA, if you leave it on the AMS for a very long time and you don't use it,
yeah, exactly.
When it starts to eat it for the first time, it will break. So you always have to take a look before using a filament that you haven't used for a long time and it's been kept in the AMS. You always have to check it, because otherwise you're going to have to spend a lot of time opening up the AMS and trying to fix that.
So what you need to do is take the filament out and cut maybe like a foot of the filament, because it's usually that the piece of filament that goes inside the PTF tube that somehow gets air or something. What the inside of the filament itself in the AMS, if you maintain good humidity, it maintains it pretty well. But you're right. I mean, if you don't use it for a month, 2 months, that happens, especially for the first 6 inches, a foot of the filament.
Exactly. And the best way to do this is you remove it from the AMS without using it first, and you start to bend it a little bit. And if it's like this, it will break on you. and
Yes,
you will
yes.
feel it if you
Yes.
you bend you bend it
Yeah.
contrary to the way it's wound,
Mhm.
and you will feel it and it will break. And once it starts breaking, you realize where it stops breaking, and you put it back in, and it's fine. But you always have to check those things when you haven't used the filament for a while.
Yeah. I agree.
Is this a cord filament?
A what? What do you
A
mean
cord,
cord?
meaning is there a different material on the center of the filament?
I was
No, no,
wondering that too, because of that right there.
no, it's PLA.
It appears to have something in the middle. That's what they were saying. You see, there's like a
It
red
just
dot in
looks
the
like
middle.
that in the picture right there, and I think right here too kind of looks like that.
Yeah, I
And
saw
right
that in
Depends on
a
the
here.
couple
pieces.
places.
I don't know. I honestly don't
Yeah,
know. To me, it's
yeah,
just PLA.
But it looks at the end, at the middle, it looks like it has a different color in the middle. That's what they were
And you don't
asking.
really see the middle color, and it's becoming very popular option to have that being a carbon fiber or a glass filled.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks like it's a carbon fiber infused filament.
Maybe.
Yeah, from
I
the
don't know.
picture, it looks that way. Like there's something in the middle there.
It's the PLA tuff. The old PLA tuff.
I guess next time, check that filament and see if there's a core in the middle, a different material from the outer edges of the filament.
I think it's just the shadow there.
Yeah, it could be just a shadow.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah,
look like a
probably.
shadow because it's going
Yeah.
all around.
Exactly, yeah. Doesn't look like a shadow. But it could be.
Send
I think
us
I
a
still have
blown
the
up
pieces.
detail so we can inspect it on the 6-foot wide screen.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Put it under a
funny.
microscope.
That's funny. All right, let's jump over to Ed's pictures here. Thanks for sending those in, Diego.
You're
A little
welcome.
And
blur.
did you see
Great one, Ed. I like
the chat I put in team?
No? What was it about?
And I want you to give me a call after the meeting or
What
sometime.
chat? What chat what chat are you referring to?
And in Teams,
Can you send me a link?
and I sent you a phone number.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to put that on the call chat or
Okay.
the internet chat.
Okay, I'll check for it later then.
Yeah, I think he's on his phone, so it's not as easy to see the chats on there.
Yeah.
Well, this turned out great, Ed.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
turned out awesome. I like that
it came out
purple.
okay.
That purple has a nice shine to it.
The screen is, I mean, this picture looks a little blurry. I don't know why it came out this blurry. Yeah, but I did this for my grandson. The color looks kind of strange here. This is bamboo green and black and white, and that's purple, basic purple. But the colors here came out strange. I don't know why.
It's very shiny.
They look
Where's the
fine.
model
Yeah.
They
from?
look fine to me.
This model, it's in Maker's World. You want me to post it up here?
Yeah, go
If
for it.
No,
anybody's
it's
interested,
okay.
if anybody's interested, I can look for it and repost it. It's a good size. I would say it's about maybe 5 inches tall, 6 inches tall. Yeah, 6 inches. It's pretty good size. And it not a lot of color change. And the H2D here, it's basically one nozzle is green, the other one is the purple. It looks here like blue, but it's really purple. And then the white and the black, I don't know which nozzle size has it, but it's not a lot of color changes. So it didn't take that long. I think 3 of them, let's see, 15 hours, 3. three of them
Well, that's
printing.
not
And
bad.
no, it's like 5 hours a piece. And it's like almost 6 inches tall, I would say. But again, it's because the way the color, even though there's 4 colors, the way the 4 colors are grouped, are printing, not a lot of color changes.
Yeah.
So you can print this on the X1C, and it'll change color, but not that much. Only when it's printing the white, and I mean, it has to change when it changes from green to purple, and then back to green. So but when it has the mouth there that has white and green at the same time, or black, it's when it has to change again, but that's not
Black
a
and
lot.
green for a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot. It doesn't have a lot. It's only the head that has a little bit. So the X1C prints pretty fast on this. But I printed these on the H2D. And it was 15.2 hours, 3 of them. And support were very easy to remove. Not a lot of support. I mean, it has some support, but not a lot.
Around
But
the
it was easy to
hands.
remove. On the hands, on the arms,
And his
hands.
chin.
I don't remember. Maybe it did have a little bit of chin. And on the bottom, it has on the rear end, but very easy to remove. They were all very easy. I have another figure that I will see in a minute that had significant support, and that was a pain to remove. It printed fairly well.
These
This-
turned out awesome.
Yeah, this has a lot of support, and to remove them, maybe it's also the filament that I use. Yeah, a little bit of a pain. I mean, it wasn't really a pain because the material is very strong, so it's not going to break. I didn't have any parts breaking because it's sturdy, but it's a lot of cutting those. But yeah, it took some time taking each one apart. But yeah, I printed great. I printed 4 of these, and let me see how long these took. Let me see. I don't remember.
Tree support is very appropriate for the Sasquatch.
Yeah, yeah. The Sasquatch, Beefy Bigfoot. It's called the Beefy. It's in Maker's World, Sasquatch, and I printed 4 of them, and it took 27 hours. So it took, but it's sturdy. I mean, it's not. There's quite a bit of infill in there. Well, it says 15% infill. 0.2 layer, 2 walls, but a lot of support all over the place. But it printed well, actually.
That's a good model.
Yeah, and the colors are, I think, cocoa brown, basic, and matte, I think caramel. The hands and face is caramel.
It would be even better if somebody modeled him in that walking pose from that famous photo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that turned out amazing.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
really.
No, it printed well. You see all this fur, hair on the back, so it has a lot of support in all that area. So it's a lot of support to remove.
Now print a life-size one and put it in your yard.
Do you use support filament for the interface, or you just use the same filament?
This just uses the same filament. It just uses the same filament.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
do the life-size one for the yard, make sure you have red eyes that blink every now and then.
Okay. My grandson has something talking about he hasn't seen this one yet, but he saw the the one for the Hulk, and he said, "What happened to his eyes?" And it didn't have his eyes painted, so I had to get one of them and paint his eyes with the markers so he can see the eyes. He didn't like them that I couldn't see the eyes. These have eyes. This one does have eyes. He hasn't seen them yet. But yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry.
You need to tell your grandson to calm down and be happy that he's getting something for free.
Yeah.
He has six toes.
Does he? Oh, I haven't counted them. I printed a couple of these. This one is about maybe 8 inches. 6 toes.
Oh, he
1,
sure
2,
does.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it does have 6.
That would
Yeah.
be AI.
Hey, here you go.
Yeah. Normally
That's funny.
AI makes a great model, but it can't count.
But
Yeah.
how many toes does a Sasquatch have?
I haven't seen one.
Nobody knows.
You're right. It might. Maybe it does have
It might
6.
have 7 of them. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
You know, it's just like how many licks does it get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
3, according to the owl.
I actually did know somebody with 6 toes. Or I do know somebody with 6 toes. On both feet.
Stop worrying about it when they have webbing between their feet.
I have 10.
On each foot?
10 too. No, I'm on both.
So is this on your Eufy or FDM?
I'm sorry.
Is
No,
this on the Eufy?
I don't have a Eufy. This is on the printer.
I thought you were the one with the Eufy.
No. That's not me. This is a regular printer. These are like a coaster. They're about the size of for a cup or a glass. The first one is about 8 inches in size. This is only like maybe 3 inches.
These black ones turned out awesome. I don't know what it is about that black, but it really puts a punch to it. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, I don't remember where I printed these. If I printed these on the, I don't think it matters if you print this on the H2D or X1C because it's not that significant the color change. I think I don't remember where I printed these. Let me see if I find it here. I printed this on the X1C. The four coaster, I printed on the X1C. And 4 of them only took 5 hours on the X1C. Now
It's not bad.
Yeah, the large center one, which is about 8 inches, I printed that on the X1C also, and that one took 6.8 hours. It's only one, but it's much bigger.
Oh.
Now, these you can print them as one unit, or you can print them in different plates, so it's much faster. And that's what I did. The face prints separate from the body. The body prints in 2 parts, and then it has some 4 little sticks. I don't know what you call those to keep them together. Easy to print. What it does is the bottom is very heavy, so it's almost solid plastic PLA, and then the body is very thin, So when you put it together and you place it on, and it wobbles and it moves around for a few seconds, like, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, turns around and it comes back up in place. No matter how you put it in, it actually stands up again because of the weight of the bottom.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
They don't fall down, yeah. So, but it wobbles, so you can print with easy print. I found that cute, so I just printed. Who designed it had them in blue. I said, how can you print the penguin in blue? So I printed them in black. Three different plates. Two different plates. I'm sorry, 2 different plates. The face has the white, the peak, which is orange, and then the eyes, which is black. That prints on the X1C. I printed, I think, 6 of them in one plate, and then the bodies, I printed 3 in two different times. I think that I printed 6 in total. Easy to put together, just a little bit of glue at the end. Keep it in place.
That
There you
print
go.
one?
What's that?
Is that one solid print?
You're talking about the penguin?
No, the Snoopy.
Oh, it's one print, yeah. The only thing that's separate, you can print the base if you want. There's a separate Maker's World link for a base. We'll see it in a minute. It's like a star. I think Len is zooming in a little bit here. I think you should be able to see the entire figurine. Maybe the next one we'll see it a little better. And then that's the star, it prints separate. And you see it has a slot there. You can actually place the Snoopy. There you go. And you can put the Snoopy, it's on both sides, so you can place one Snoopy facing right or facing left by just the way you place them, because in both sides they're all full color. And Mark printed it. This is the same one that Mark printed.
Yeah, I just didn't do the base.
Yeah, but the base is, there's a link to the base. And if you can't find it, I can post it. I printed these in the on the X1C, I think. These are the ones that you can print both sides, right and left.
Oh, it's a door thing.
Yeah, you can place them in a door, you can place them wherever. But it's, meant for basically a door or a corner. And I printed them on both on the X1C and the H2D. They take about the same time. Again, because there's color, but it's not changing color after color after color.
And they fit on the door of the X1C. That's funny.
Yeah, there you go. On top, I have a riser in my X1C.
Yeah, you're getting quite the 4th of July spread there. We're gonna have to have a contest for 4th of July.
There you go. And I printed the eagle and the bell that Mark printed last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the
How
broken
did you like
bell.
those?
Yeah, they printed great. Printed great. I used the same filament you did, Mark. The bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sending those in, Ed. Now
Great.
we'll jump over to Justin and tell us what you've been printing. This one looks cool. Have you done any of these with glow in the dark on the mask? I know that's not like accurate, but I think it'd look cool.
I haven't. I don't have any glow in the dark filament. Eventually, I'd like to try.
That's
some,
sinful.
Yeah, that's Gabe's thing, right? That's Gabe.
And hot
Gabe
fix.
built-
And hot. That was
Oh,
originally
true.
hot fix.
True,
But
true. You're right.
Yeah, this is a 9-inch tall ghost face. It's just one of the flexies that people want blown up to 9 inches. So this one was actually not too bad. I think it was 15 hours for 2 of them.
that's not bad for 9 inches
Oh.
tall. That's not bad.
For
Yeah.
two? For two, that's fast.
Yeah, because it's just 2 colors, so it was
Mhm.
pretty simple.
Yeah. Came out great too. It's usually not a problem to blow it up. It tends to be more of a problem if you try to shrink it too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah, this one was, gosh, I want to say 29 hours to do
That's a
2
great
of
print
them.
too. That's a great print. And the H2D also?
Yeah.
Yeah, great print.
Yeah, I got a group of people that love these blown up flexies. These are actually laser engraved on one of my lasers, and I'd never shown really much laser engraving stuff, so I thought I'd show a few of them.
Yeah, that turned out awesome.
Yeah,
And
what's it on?
yeah, that was gonna
It's
be
on
my question.
a AR-15 30-round magazine.
Okay.
Oh, that's,
Well, it's metal. You're engraving on metal itself.
It's
like a plastic?
nylon plastic. Yeah,
I see.
it's a nylon polymer. They're called PMags. These were done on my X-Tool. Well, some of them were done on my X-Tool F1 Ultra, and some were done on my X-Tool F2 Ultra UV laser. So, but they
Came out
turned out
great.
great.
Yeah, great.
they came out excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah, these are awesome.
And they are on both sides, so the same image is on both sides. It's just flipped, obviously, but
Quieter.
I wonder if the new laws that you're about to pass over there are going to block you from doing that in the future.
I could not buy those in Colorado today, so
You can't buy what? The
I
laser?
would not be able to buy those from Justin in Colorado, in the state of Colorado.
Oh, you mean the magazine?
Correct. I can't
Yeah.
have magazines over 15 rounds here, and that's 30
over
rounds.
15 rounds, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just little flexies that one of my patrons released, and so I decided to do both of them. The Snoopy doesn't stand by himself very well, which is weird because he's very head heavy. Even though I reduced the infill down to like 8% gyroid, he's still really head heavy. And I think it's just where he placed the flexi link. But he stood there long enough for me to take a photo.
And he keeps doing the heart thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I may have shown this picture before, but yeah, he still does the heart thing with the hands, which drives me insane.
Yeah, I think we saw the bass last week, but this is a great print. It's insane that you printed this. It's so cool.
Great, man.
Yeah, that one was actually a Father's Day gift to my dad. He received it today. So, and, by the way, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Oh,
Yeah, happy Father's Day, everybody. Yeah, Justin, you're the one I wanted to talk to, not Ed. And so if you could give me a call, my phone number's in the chat.
You wanted to talk to me or Ed or to Justin?
And Justin.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't me that you wanted to talk to. Okay.
Yeah, had the wrong name.
Okay.
I'm looking in the chat, but I don't see anything.
It's the chat in Teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Maybe you send it to me. See? I didn't even know there was a chat in here. Where do you see the chat?
This is just a UV printed coaster. I did a series of these on the UV make, and they do have a slight raised texture to them. I just made custom depth maps and overlaid it over the image, and then the software figures out how high it print based on your settings.
Ed, were you trying to figure out how to find the chat?
Yeah.
Top bar, right next to where it says recording, there's a button that says chat. Click on that.
I'm looking here. This is on the phone?
All the way up top in Teams.
He's on a phone, not the computer.
Oh,
Keep that
okay.
in mind.
Yeah, I'm on a phone. I don't see anything here. I was trying to see if I had received the phone number to make sure that you sent it to the wrong guy, but no. But I don't see any chat here. Is there a chat on the phone? On Team?
Yeah, I can see the chat, but there's no number in there. I see Mark's message.
It's coming out as purple.
Purple is Robert, right?
Yeah, this is
This is a
another,
coaster?
yeah, it's a UV printed coaster. Yep.
Yeah, it turned out awesome. The earth looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great.
Yeah, those UV coasters are just fabulous.
Yeah, I hope they sell.
And
'Cause I got like 4 sets of them I got to get rid of.
And the print you made, I don't know if it was already on the print, but it looks like it's a bit worn. You see this in the middle or next to the America text, the blue ink seems to be like worn. That
Yeah.
looks great.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
effect.
it has a
Over here,
worn areas around it. I mean, these were all created in AI, but I just told it to make kind of a metalish style coin, and then I put them on coasters after I did the depth map. So that's how you get those metallic looks, like on the 250 and stuff, because it thinks it's going to be printing on metal. So AI automatically puts kind of a metal texture in it.
It's incredible, the quality of this.
I'm actually producing a coin and 2 coasters for my brother right now. He runs the marketing for MDHA, which is the Minnesota Deer Hunting Association. And they're doing a raffle for a 50 caliber rifle. And to go with the rifle that they're raffling off, they want 2 coasters and then a double-sided coin. So I'm UV printing those tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a special design for them. But yeah, this is another AI created design, again with a depth map, and it's on a coaster as well. These are just ceramic coasters. So yeah, it's really impressive what this printer can do.
Oh yeah, this is crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, that one turned out really good. I was really happy with the way that it put kind of the patina on Lady Liberty there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that turned out really nice. Yes, it's a UV printer, acid fly. The Eufy Make E1. So what it is it takes basically UV resin and prints, and you have 6 cartridges. You have your red, your yellow, your blue, your black, your white, and then a gloss. And so it sprays the resin, and then a UV light comes over and cures it, and then it goes back over and sprays another layer, and then the UV light cures it again. It keeps doing that to build up the height, depending on what you set your height at. It'll print just flat prints too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It'll print pretty much on any flat surface and tumblers as well. I just haven't had a successful tumbler yet. Yeah, I'll email you, Robert.
Now, this is not printed flat, right? There is in this picture that we're seeing now of the Statue of Liberty, it's not printed flat, right? This is not an optical effect. I mean, there is some buildup of the different colors, right, in here?
It's partially both, actually. It's what's called a relief illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So it is flat, but I've also added a depth map to it. So it is raised slightly in certain areas by like 0.2 millimeters. Now I can go up to 5 millimeters if I want to waste a whole bunch of ink, but and it will make it, like almost 3D-ish. But this is only at 0.2 millimeters layer height. So
I see.
It's still flat enough you could put a cup or something on it.
Okay.
And it won't, be uneven.
Tip over. I see.
But you can run your finger over it and you can feel the scroll work, the letters, Lady Liberty, the flags. They're all at slightly different heights.
But at the same time, it's not that uneven that you can't put a cup on it. It's going to tip over.
There's no support on it, right?
No, this is all UV printed, so yeah, there's no support at all. Think of it like an inkjet printer in your office, but it uses UV resin instead of ink.
Yeah, we might see this type of technology eventually being developed to, instead of printing what we're printing now, using this type of technology. But for it to get there, I think we're still far away, and the cost has to come down on that ink. It's too expensive.
Yeah, each ink cartridge is $42 a cartridge, so it's about $300 for a full set of ink. But I've just now replaced my first white cartridge and I've done about 80 prints on it. And I
Mhm.
haven't gone crazy with the 3D height or anything. It's mainly, you know, 0.2 or 0.3 millimeters for the depth.
Mhm.
So
That's
yeah,
pretty good at color, though.
yeah.
Oh, great.
Acid Fly asks, so it prints flat on a blank. Yes, it will print flat. So like I can 3D print a coaster, or I can use a ceramic coaster, or I can 3D print anything flat. Like I could 3D print a flag shape and then have it UV print a detailed flag over the top of the 3D print, as long as the 3D print is flat.
Mhm.
So, but
How
basically just
thick
like a
of 3D
blank plate.
print could you put in there?
The Eufy make will do up to 5 millimeters of thickness, but you're going to use a bunch of ink in there.
But how big of 3D print, and could you put it as a substrate?
Oh, let me measure the big bed, because it comes with two different beds. It comes with a small bed and a big bed. The small bed is, let's see, 4 inches wide by 14.5 inches long. And the large bed is
And what about height? How high can it be?
150 millimeters. I think it's the highest it can go.
Okay.
And
it's
the
a
large
pretty
bed
good size.
is 16.5 inches long by 14.75 inches wide.
14.75 by what?
By 17 long.
Okay.
That's the
And
large
theoretically, you could print like a rectangular figure in your 3D print that is
Yeah.
4 inches by 6 inches by 4 inches, and then 10 inches long, and then print on top of each of the bases around it. Move it around, print.
Technically, I mean, it has to still be flat. It can't have any raised areas, like it wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
do like terrain or anything.
Yeah. What I meant to flat, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, 4 sides.
Yeah.
You could do that, right? So you could print, but you couldn't print then the top corner, the top and bottom corner. You'd only be able to print the side.
I'm not following.
Okay,
So
so
like if I printed a cube, like the old cube we used to have as kids,
mhm.
I could print on each side of that cube. But I'd have to do it one side at a time.
Yeah, okay, but it can't be more than 150 millimeters height. So if you do one that is longer than that, you won't be able to print the on the. Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, but
So
you
like
could do something like that. You could do something like all around. That as long as you maintain it below 150, you can do a top, bottom, all around, and get this quality of print.
In
all around.
theory, yes.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. Is that difficult to, once you place it in there, to get it to fit exactly in place?
No, it has what's called a snapshot. So it uses lasers to measure the height, and then it takes a photo of the area, and it will stitch it together on the large bed, or on the small bed, it can see the entire bed. And then you just use the camera to place it, and it's pretty accurate for the most part. Some of these pictures that Len was showing before, the camping pictures, those are laser cut MDF wood, and then I printed over the top of it. The coasters are or ceramic and it's printed over the top.
I've seen some print, some YouTube videos. I haven't seen the machine itself, but I've seen the YouTube video. And it shows that sometimes it oversprays on the side.
Yes, I
So-
always over spray on the side just so I make sure I get the entire area.
So when it oversprays on the side, if you're printing on a cube that you printed on a 3D printer that is high, 100, so it's pretty high. Is it going to be a problem when you print on the top and then later on you move it to the side, that it messes up the side because of the overprint?
You might want to mask that.
Yeah, potentially, but you could just get painter's tape and mask it.
I see. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Makes sense. This is a gorgeous eagle.
Yeah, this one I had AI help me with, and this is actually one of the lettering's different on this one, but this will actually be on the coin for that rifle for the giveaway that my brother's doing.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
On one side, it just says their company name and then the rifle brand on it instead of Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. So.
Mhm.
But I liked how the eagle came out so well that I told AI to change the lettering to something different and made a coaster out of it.
Those
Mhm.
eyes are
Gorgeous.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I can definitely take a shot of a angle to kind of show you the depth of something, Renee, to kind of give you an idea.
And I believe it's basically a bed slinger.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
It's different, but it's a bed slinger.
yeah. Now this is from Flexi Factory, and this was a new release that he just put out. And this is a 9-inch tall Spartan Warrior. So the head prints separately, the body prints separately, and the sword and the shield print separately. And I printed 2 figures complete. And I think altogether the time was 39 hours to print everything.
But he's
But
only
you-
got 4 toes.
Freaking AI.
It's
He got a
the
little too
Sasquatch-
friendly with that sword.
I think the Sasquatch stole one of the toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does only have 4 toes. That's hilarious. I'll have to email the artist and say, great print, but you forgot a toe.
Your AI forgot a toe there, bud.
But yeah, I printed out
He's an old
50.
figure.
Maybe.
They had fewer toes then.
Yep. But yeah, the shield prints separately, the swords print separately, the head prints separately, and then the body prints is all one piece.
Cool. Nice print.
Very cool print.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very happy with the way it came out. Now, obviously, in his print, he used gold filament instead of yellow filament, but still turned out good. This is a 2.5-inch tall flexi of Pennywise the Clown, and I printed the small versions first, and now I'm printing the large versions, and it's currently sitting at, it's been printing for 12 hours, and I still got 22 hours left,
Wow.
but they will be 9-inch tall versions. But one's already spoken for, so I've already at least sold one, but
Mhm.
they do take a long time to print. So
That
I'm
is a
curious.
long time for one print. Like, you're gonna have to charge out the ying for that one.
Yeah, and I was actually curious on the print time for the H2D versus the H2C. So I was actually have my software brought up here so I can tell you. So again, these are for two 9-inch tall versions. On the H2D, it's 1 day and 11 hours. And on the H2C, actually, I don't even have the H2C here. So let me create a printer. Let's see here. H2C, where's that? There it is.
A big difference.
2 days.
4.
It's loading in the profile right now. So on the H2C,
H2C, I thought it was X1C. You're comparing the H2D to the H2C?
yeah.
I see.
And I'm not even sure if I can fit 2 of them on the plate on the H2C. Let's see here. Just barely.
You're talking about the Pennywise.
Yeah. Okay, so I squeezed 2 of them on there, and now my computer's going, no, but it's thinking. So it's trying to slice it here. Of course, it also doesn't help that I have 7 Bamboo Lab windows open. I got 5 printers, so I got things set up to where when one print gets done, I can rip it off the plate and immediately go to Bamboo Labs and send the next print. So
This
If I
has
try to
what,
have
3?
more than 2 Bamboo Lab instances, my computer dies.
I wish they'd actually do something with that multi-device.
it's
It doesn't
After
work
I
for the
get back from
H2s.
vacation, I'm gonna install Bamboo Buddy.
Now this has what, 3 color?
this particular one is 3 color, yes.
Yeah.
But actually, I switched it to, well, I guess it's still 3 color because it's white, gray, white, light gray, and then maroon red. He had it to where it had regular red, maroon red, and white and blue for the suit, but I didn't think that was accurate to the movie, so I switched it back to what I thought was more accurate. All right, this thing's almost done. 80%, 90%. And my Mac fans just kicked on because it's overheating my Mac. My Mac temp
they need
just
to do
jumped to
something about
200
that.
degrees. My laptop
It's
just
not
jumped to
optimized.
200 degrees. There, now it dropped to 130. All right, so on the H2C, surprisingly, this thing's going to take 4 days and 23 hours on the H2C versus 1 day and 11 hours on the H2D.
That's interesting.
That's crazy. Why is
And that's
that?
again using 3 colors. It says
Why is
it is saving 686 grams of filament and 1,335 color changes compared to a printer with 1 nozzle. But that is almost triple the time.
But the setting, that's strange.
Now, granted, I just use the profile. Since I don't have an H2C, it's not connected to a device, so that may be why. But it is showing nozzle 1 and then right nozzle 6. So I would have to say that it's accurate.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah, that's really strange.
And in the H2, in the H2C, is it using the right and the left nozzle? In other words, are
Yep.
you using? You are. That's kind of strange. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it says it's gonna take 4 days and 23 hours and 52
Well,
minutes for print time.
and the settings are the same? Exactly,
I didn't-
exactly the same
I-
thing?
Yeah, I didn't change any settings. I just swapped the print profile.
Okay.
And a lot more waste.
Yeah, now
No,
the waste on this is 0 except for the tower. The tower
Yeah.
uses 75 grams. Now, if I switch back to the H2D and slice it, of course, it's gonna tell me the prime tower is too close, but
So which one is the fastest one? The H2C or the D?
the
The
D,
D. It's kind of crazy.
Really?
Kind of crazy.
which is really weird,
Yeah.
because I
You made
figured,
a good
well,
investment.
with 3 colors, it would probably go faster on the H2C, but not according to the Bamboo Slicer. All right, so this is almost done with this. It also slices it a lot faster on the H2D. It's already into the layers of the G code and it's already almost done slicing versus the H2C took forever. All right, so the H2D says it's going to purge 91 or 92 grams of filament and then 43 grams for the tower. So 100 and what is that, 130 grams versus 70 grams. But it's only going to take 1 day and 8 hours to print 2 of them.
And they're the same size.
Exact same size.
Strange.
And there was over 1,000 filament changes on the H2C, and on the H2D, there's only 667 filament changes.
Yeah, there's
It's
something
something-
weird there.
Yes,
Yeah.
something's not right.
Yeah. What about the infill? Is it the same infill? All the other
Exact same
settings are the
infill. Yeah,
same infill, same.
yeah,
Wow. Strange.
yeah. And the infill is let's see,
Layer height.
15% grid. Layer height is the same, 0.2.
Yeah, 0.2, but oh, okay, 0.2.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
well-
interesting.
Yeah, kind of strange.
I would have thought the H2C would have beat the pants off the H2D, but
Yeah, that's what I would have thought it'd be faster, and maybe not significantly faster because there's only 3 colors. And the H2D has 2 colors, very efficient.
yeah.
But I am surprised that it takes longer. And that doesn't baffles me.
Unless I just have a setting wrong. Like I said, I literally just downloaded the H2C
Yeah.
profile and told
Maybe,
it to slice.
maybe.
This is a Friday the 13th Jason. This is a 2.5-inch flexi, and I'm printing 2 9-inch flexis right now. And it has 15 hours and 8 minutes left. And the total time for it for 2 9-inch flexis is 1 day, 12 hours.
It's not bad
With-
for 2.
Yeah, right.
216 grams of waste, and then another 58 grams in the prime power.
Third
So
of a roll.
and it's 1,000 filament changes. But so yeah, it's basically $10 per figure, but I sell them for $40 per figure. So
Nice little profit there.
yeah, this is
Not
a
bad.
little My Little Pony. I don't know if it's technically a My Little Pony, but it was cute. So the head prints separately, and then the body prints separately. And I used the matte purple lilac filament for the
Mhm.
body, and then cyan and pink and white and black. Oh, Gabe says change to the H2C and check the layer height again before slicing. Maybe that's why.
And are you sure you have the H2C and not the X1C? Just kidding.
Well, I definitely have the X1C profile in there, but see H2C and layer height, quality 0.2.
Should be standard 0.2.
And gyroid supports, and all that's the same. Diameter is 0.4 and diameter is 0.4. Purge mode, standard or prime saving. Let's select standard. Purging volumes 1. So let's slice it again and see what happens. But yeah, this My Little Pony turned out pretty good. I was happy with the print. I think the designer probably put too many links in. I think he should have put links in the bottom feet and not where it matches the body, because it makes it hard to stand up because the head's so heavy. And it's still thinking on this Pennywise. So these are the 4 coasters that I UV printed, all just shown together, the ones that we saw earlier.
Those
They're
turned
great.
out
That-
so amazing.
Yeah.
Because I sell them as a set. People can buy them individually or they can buy the set. So
They're gorgeous. How much you sell them for?
the singles are $10 a piece, or the set is 30.
Not bad.
So you
they're-
basically get two for free if you buy the 30.
They're-
$30 piece.
They're like, how big are they?
These are 4-inch coasters.
Nice.
Okay, so
Right.
now the H2C says 1 day, 14 hours.
Okay. Versus the H2D, H2C.
Which was
Oh,
one day, 8 hours. So it's still taking another,
yeah, that's strange.
it's still 6 hours longer for whatever reason, but that's a lot better comparison than 4 days.
Yeah,
and something.
yeah. Yeah, it's strange.
And it's actually using $3. It's actually costing $3 more to print on the H2C versus the H2D.
That's strange.
Yeah, so something's not right
Yeah,
still, but that's at least a more accurate number
yeah,
than 5 days.
yeah. But these coasters are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if Lynn wanted me to show all these or not, and you don't have to show all of them if you don't want to, but
No, these are great. This
Oh, yeah.
anything
Oh, yeah.
creative is great, dude. These are
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they're great.
I just thought they turned out good, so I figured, well,
No, they
people seem
did.
to like the few ones that I've sent in so far, so.
All this is, I mean, that 3D printing is going to be developed in all these fashions. We're going to see all
Yeah,
this
this will be the
technology put together.
finishing, and you'll have like one color
Exactly.
of filament, and then you'll use this to color the outside of it or whatever.
Yeah,
I would be
and
surprised.
I honestly think that's where the technology is going to be going. Is
Yeah.
you're going to print all your prints in white, and then the printer will go back over and color it where it needs
Yep.
to.
Yep, or you can,
And what's stopping
might
it
be it.
from just doing the UV on the outside layer as it's going up
Correct. Yep.
during the print?
yep,
Yep.
Yep.
No, I think eventually we'll get there.
mm-hmm.
But they need to make it a price. Like the price needs to make sense, because I want to buy this machine that you have, but I cannot justify it. It's too much. So I would like to see this technology going down in price in the future.
Yeah, I think the X-Tool version that they're getting ready to release here before too long will be interesting, because it's going to be a dual head printer, and you can either have two UV heads, or you can have a UV head and then a DTF head, or you can swap out both heads for DTF, so you can print directly onto T-shirts and fabrics and that sort of stuff.
What's a DTF?
Direct to transfer. There's also direct to garment. So DTG is direct to garment. So you're printing directly on the T-shirt. Direct to transfer is you're creating basically a heat transfer that's kind of like a sticker. And then you place that on the shirt, and then you heat press it for 30 to 60 seconds, and it transfers the ink to the fabric.
I see.
But they're trying to take the UV printer to the next level by saying, yeah, you can UV print, plus you can do T-shirts, and you can do handbags, all sorts of stuff. So we'll see how it works.
Yeah.
I'll definitely probably pick up that machine too.
Also, the cost of the ink. Eventually, the ink is going to come down in cost and price. And once they do that, then to me, it's not only the cost of the printer; it's the ink, and also the technology. The fact that if you don't use it like every other day or every day, you have to clean it and then purge. They get clogged up. Eventually the technology will advance to the point that it'll become like Bamboo did with the 3D printing. To the point
I've been on mine 3 days, so we'll see how well it prints when I start it up tomorrow to print. I mean, it's been doing its automatic cleaning and everything, but yeah, there are consumables. There's scrapers on the print head that you have to replace. The print head itself is $700. So if the print head breaks, you got to replace it. And the print head only has a 3-month warranty. So.
Oh God.
And that's just
really?
That's just due to the fact that UV resin is extremely toxic on the print head. Now, I haven't.
And also the ink only lasts, what is it, 8 months or 10 months?
It's supposed to be a year, but because it all comes from China, you figure 3 months on the boat to get over here.
Yeah, by the time
so basically 8 months.
Yeah, so you can't buy a lot of ink all at once because you're going to get stuck with it.
Correct.
And it won't work, as we had talked about it before.
Right.
It'll just shut you off, even if it's good, because it has a chip inside that said when it'll be dead, it won't let you use it, no matter what.
Yeah. Now, I say that about the print head, and I've only heard of 1 or 2 cases where somebody's print head has actually gone bad. And you got to keep in mind, this printer has been in Kickstarter and beta mode with beta testers for over a year now. And there's finally starting to be videos on, my year in review type thing. I've used the printer for a year, and none of them have mentioned replacing the print head. So, like anything, there's a potential. Just like when you buy a Bamboo printer, the dang thing may come dead on arrival. Sure. But I've only heard of 1 or 2 cases of somebody actually having to replace the print head.
Yeah.
But I bought the extra warranty with it, so I get a free print head with my warranty. And then when I use that, I can buy another warranty and get another free print head within a year.
What's the cost of the warranty?
It's $299 a year. Yeah, it's either $2.99 or $3.99 a year, and that gives you one replacement print head a year. So it's actually cheaper to do it that way.
Mhm.
I
This
have
is-
to admit, though, it looks great. Look at that red and blue lights. It looks like it's actual lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This was
Look at
I
that.
just told AI to create a Captain America style shield without, infringing, but this is what it spit out. So I was like, okay, well, if that's what's going to spit out, then that's what I'm going to print. So, but yeah, I mean, it looks metal, it looks metallic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you can even see the brush marks on the metal.
Yep. So it does an amazing job. And this is just a flat print with one gloss layer over the top of it, and that's it. It has no raised surface area or anything.
But I assume that it's not completely flat. It has like the star is it deeper? I mean, it's higher than the edges?
No,
center of the
it's a
star? No?
completely flat print.
Well, it doesn't look like, I mean, the optical illusion that the print gives, it looks like if has a raise in the center, like
Yep.
like if it was a real shield,
Yeah, I didn't even
Not
make a depth map for this one because I didn't figure it would matter, because
wow.
all it's going to do is waste ink. So I just printed it flat on a flat ceramic ground.
Oh, you see it sideways? It's completely flat. I mean, the edge
Yep.
and the star is the same height.
Same height.
Wow. Doesn't look that way.
Now I could very easily create a depth map for it, and it would actually create a dome,
Mhm.
with ink, but you would use a lot of ink, and then it would basically be useless.
No,
as a
if
coaster.
you don't need it, you don't need it. I mean, if you don't need it, because the issue is optical. If it looks like if it's a dome, but it's not a dome, great, fabulous. You don't
Very
have to use
cool.
ink if you don't have to. Yeah, it's fabulous. But I mean, all this is, the future is here. I mean, it's coming.
Yeah, I think in the next, I don't want to say 5 years, because I think that's too early, but I would say 10 years, you're going to see this technology merge with 3D printing.
Yep. I
And
would hope that it's before 10.
You're not going to spend money on multiple color filaments. You're going to spend money on white filament, and then you're going to spend money on a UV print or some type of a ink that
Mhm.
then does the color for you.
Well, I would hope that it doesn't take 10 years. I hope it's before that. I hope it's 5 years. Who knows? We'll see. Look what Bamboo Lab did in 1 year, right? When it came out with its own printer. Changed the industry.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, this is game changers stuff
Yeah.
right here. We'll definitely be benefiting from it for sure. That is for sure. All right, that's all the prints we have for this evening. Thank you everybody for sending those in. And Justin, again, these are amazing. What you're doing with these is really, really cool. Game changing.
yeah.
Thank you.
Love it all.
Hope
Love it
everybody
all.
enjoys the
Make
rest
sure
of your
you
evening.
smash the like.
And smash the
Yeah.
like button on your way out. Thanks everybody.
Hey, Mark, enjoy
you.
that printer. Enjoy that printer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do my
definitely,
best.
Mark.
Okay, guys, until next